Hello, dear, and welcome to the second episode of the Ahaki podcast on the theme Incarceration and Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights in Africa. Today, we are honored to speak with Mildred, whose case stands as a haunting example of how legal systems can fail those who they are meant to protect. In 2006, after surviving rape, Mildred was denied access to contraceptive and further denied access to lawful and safe abortion, despite meeting the grounds for legal abortion under Zimbabwe's Termination of Pregnancy Act. Her journey through the courts was not just about seeking redress for herself, but it was about exposing the deep structural institutional failures by the police, by the doctors and judicial officers that compounded her trauma. Today, we would hear directly from Mildred about her experience, her resilience, and her vision for justice. Thank you so much, Mildred. Thank you for joining us today, and you're welcome again to the Ahaki Show.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
So, Mildred, again, thank you so much for being here. I know there's so many people who know about your name from court judgments, but not your voice. Is it possible for you to take us through that moment? What happened? And what were you hoping for when you first approached the courts in medical services?
Thank you very much. When we first approached the courts, what I wanted was justice. I know justice is a broad word, but what I wanted for me, when I'm talking about justice from my own point of view, I wanted first termination. When I approached the court, what I wanted was termination. And I was denied that access. The second thing was I wanted accountability from the court. They were supposed to accept that the judiciary system had let me down. So that's one. And another thing I was looking for. The third one was I was looking for damages because physically and emotionally I was not stable due to their negligence. So those were the three things I was looking for when I started approaching the courts. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to highlight that you deserved all that you were asking for and more.
Thank you.
I think your case exposed multiple points of failure, from the police not understanding what the law was and what the law had stated, to medical delays and judicial bottlenecks. I'm looking back, which of these institutional failures felt more dehumanizing? Which of them made you feel like you had truly been let down the most?
I think I can start with the police. I felt useless, and I was so humiliated, not only because of the shame that comes with rape, but the most important thing is in Zimbabwe, we once had an issue of shortage in water. So you see, I was at the police station by 6:30, something like that, early in the morning. But until 4 o'clock, I was at the station. No documentation, no police report, no medical report, and nothing. And they had to come. I was like, they managed to give me 2 chairs. One I sat like this, and the one I had to put my foot because I was also hurt on the knee. I had been they hit me with an iron bar. So it was like the knee was swelling. They gave me a chair. They would come in 2s. You see, this is the woman I was talking about. They just go. The next time they bring someone, you know what? This is the woman I was talking about. I was there. Just like I was not existing. They were talking like they are talking of someone who is not there. But I was there. They couldn't even ask, but they were just talking because of what they have had. So this one, until 4 o'clock. From morning, from the time I arrived to until past 4, when I managed to get the police report to visit the hospital where I was denied access to the doctor because there was no police with me. Mm-hmm. I had no food. I asked even for water and they said there was no water at Chegutu police station. So that's where I think the humiliation started. It was so painful. It was so hard for me. But because I had what I have, I had to rely on them, thinking that they were going to make everything right, but to no avail.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through
No,
all of that.
no need, don't
Yeah.
be. Yes, I think God had a purpose.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was done to someone so talkative like me to fight for others who are silent out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know that after almost a decade, the court ruled in your favor. What did that ruling mean for you? Not just legally, but personally and emotionally.
To me, it's jubilation. I don't know. In fact, there are no words enough to express how happy I was. But because legally, you think I was so much happy. Yes, I was so much happy because the judgment said that I was going to get physical and emotional damages worth $6,500. To just an ordinary woman like me, it was something extraordinary. But you know what? I got our local currency, 6,500, which was even less than $1,000. So I don't know what to say till to that. I don't know. Yes, it was jubilation because the court had ruled that I need to get that. But was that what I got? It was not. So I can't really say I was so happy. Yeah, I was happy. I'm still happy because this fight is not only for me, it's also for my daughter. It's also for my mother or my sister who is out there. So I felt like I'm flying above every situation when I got the ruling. So, and still to that, I think this issue is going to help, even though I got the meager whatever wages they gave me. But this fight, I still feel thrilled knowing that it's going to help someone tomorrow.
So it means that even after the case was decided in your favor, we still see institutional failures because what the ruling, the compensation that the ruling had provided was not actually what you got. So it still speaks to the structural failure and deficiencies that we're speaking about. I think that's very, very sad and very, very unfortunate.
So sad.
But I would say that, like, your case is now being cited in legal and policy discussions, in Africa. How do you feel knowing that your struggle is helping other women claim their rights, or at least that this is at least helping to start the conversation or continue the conversation?
What I feel, to be honest, is beyond words. I feel like I'm fighting a good fight. And this moral support that you're giving me still gives me the strength to keep on fighting. Because now we are starting the fight of the maintenance part. Because the Maputo Protocol, as they are mentioning it, just declares that the illegal pregnancy must be terminated. But it doesn't state if the illegal pregnancy has been failed. If they fail to terminate the pregnancy, what's next? I tend to leave that to the legal, whatever, I don't know, legal litigation lawyers or the commission or whatever. But what I know is I'm not the only one who has been raped, or I normally want to use abused, and has to conceive and have a child. I know of 50 real survivors in Zimbabwe who were silenced and they kept quiet due to fear. So it's not only me. Yes, you know me because I was the one who was outspoken, who had the courage to fight tooth and nail to the end. But it was not that. By then, it was not because I was courageous, but it was because I was trying to clear my name, to prove my innocence, not only to myself, to my husband, my former husband, to my family, and to the world, because they were pointing fingers at me. They were accusing me of things that I didn't even imagine doing. So it was like I was named and ashamed. I was pointed to be someone who is promiscuous. So I wanted to prove my innocence. I didn't know it was going to be this big and it was going to shift a lot of things. So that's why I'm saying what I feel is beyond words.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you had the opportunity to speak to one parliamentarian or one policymaker today, what is that one change you would demand in how survivors of rape are being treated in Africa? You talked about how you were treated, how you were spoken about like you were not there. What is that one change that you would demand?
Yes, one change that I would demand is, let me just start by saying, no amount of money will give back our lost dignity, but reparation will go a long way. That's what I would demand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reparation.
Yes,
And
reparation.
I think all survivors deserve that and even more.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mildred, for your courage, for your clarity, for your resilience, and for speaking truths, not just to power, but to the silence that surrounds injustices in Africa. I think that your story reminds us that reproductive justice is not theoretical, it is lived, and it is often painfully delayed. Sometimes it takes a decade, and sometimes it even takes more. And to our listeners, if today's episode moved you in any way, I urge you to share it widely. Let us use Mildred's story. Let us use her voice to demand that the system should be responsive, they should be compassionate, and they should be just. Until next time, I am still your host for this series. Thank you so much. And thank you once again, Mildred. We're
You're
so
welcome.
excited and so privileged to have you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome once again.
Yes.
Thank you.